नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णापृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा. So we'll begin with Kirtan. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jayo Radha Madhav, Radha Madhav, Radhe.
Jayo Radha Madhav, Radha Madhav, Radhe.
Jayo Jagannath, Baladeva, Jayo Subhadra.
Jayo Jagannath, Baladeva, Jayo Subhadra.
Jayo Narsingh Dev, Jayo Narsingh Dev, Narsingh Dev, Jayo Narsingh Dev.
Jayo Narsingh Dev, Narsingh Dev, Narsingh Dev, Jayo Narsingh Dev.
Jayo Kaladhara, Jayo Kaladhara, Kaladhara, Jayo Kaladhara.
Jayo Kaladhara, Jayo Kaladhara, Kaladhara, Jayo Kaladhara.
Jayo Gauranitai, 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 Jayo Gauranitai.
Jayo Gauranitai, 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 Jayo Gauranitai.
Jayo Jayo Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jayo Jayo Prabhupada.
Jayo Jayo Prabhupada, 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 Jayo Jayo Prabhupada.
Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol.
Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari Bol. Guru Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Bhakti Vriksha ki jai.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna and pranam to devotees. So welcome to our evening session, and so we will continue. तो लास्ट सेशन में हमने पढ़ा था कि how what is the importance of Vedas and how we can approach this knowledge through Vedas with the help of a spiritual master. एक आध्यात्मिक गुरु की हेल्प से हम किस प्रकार से इस ज्ञान को पा सकते हैं और आत्म साक्षात्कार बन सकते हैं. तो आज हम डिस्कस करेंगे भगवान के बारे में और भगवान श्री कृष्ण के बारे में. तो आज का हमारा जो टॉपिक है वही है लॉर्ड श्री कृष्ण. सो वी विल बिगिन एंड so this is our topic for today, the position of Krishna. So we'll begin with Mangalacharan. So in Mangalacharan हमने थोड़ा सा change किया है that we have also included the translation of the verses जो हम अभी पढ़ते हैं. So So I will also read the translation in English as well. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. I was born in the darkest ignorance, and my spiritual master opened my eyes with the torch of knowledge. I offer my respectful obeisances unto him. When will Srila Rupa Goswami Prabhupada, who has established within this material world the mission to fulfill the desire of Lord Chaitanya, give me shelter under his lotus feet? Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavansh Cha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadhavaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitansh Cha. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the lotus feet of my spiritual master and unto the feet of all the Vaishnavas. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the lotus feet of Srila Rupa Goswami along with his elder brother Sanatan Goswami as well as Raghunath Das and Raghunath Bhatt, Gopal Bhatt and Srila Jeev Goswami. I offer my respectful obeisances to Lord Krishna Chaitanya and Nityananda and Lord Nityananda along with Advaita Acharya Gadadhar, Srivas and other associates. I offer my respectful obeisances to Srimati Radharani and Shri Krishna along with their associates Sri Lalita and Vishakha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute. Oh my dear Krishna, you are the friend of the distressed and the source of creation. You are the master of the gopis and the lover of Radharani. I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye. I offer my respects to Radharani, whose bodily complexion is like molten gold and who is the queen of Vrindavan. You are the daughter of Queen Vrishabhanu and you are very dear to Lord Krishna. Vancha kalpatarobhyascha kripa sindhubhyaeva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. I offer my respectful obeisances unto all the Vaishnav devotees of the Lord. They can fulfill the desires of everyone just like desired trees, and they are full of compassion for the fallen souls. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda. I offer my obeisances to Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivas and all others in the line of devotion. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Guru Srila Prabhupada ki. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine. I offered my respectful obeisances unto His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada, who is very dear to Lord Krishna, having taken shelter at his lotus feet. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Our respectful obeisances are unto you, O spirit, you are spiritually preaching the message of Lord Chaitanya Dev and delivering the Western countries, which are filled with the personalism and voidism. Mistake. Hare Krishna. So we will read from Srinamamrit, the nectar of holy name, or Harinam ki हरिनाम के बारे में थोड़ा सा जानेंगे, and then we'll do one round of japa, one round of chanting together, and then we will start with our session today. Sri Namamrit, the nectar of holy name. Atheists, mental speculators, and the holy name. In Kali Yuga, rather than looking toward the light of mental speculation and atheists, people should take advantage of Lord Chaitanya's movement of chanting Hare Krishna. During the rainy season, in the evening, there are many glowworms visible about the tops of the trees, hither and thither, and they glitter just like lights. But the luminaries of the sky, the stars and the moons, are not visible. Similarly, in the age of Kali, persons who are atheists or miscreants become very prominently visible, whereas persons who are actually following the Vedic principles for spiritual emancipation are practically obscured. This age, Kali Yuga, is compared to the cloudy season of the living entities. In this age, real knowledge is covered by the influence of material advancement of civilization. The cheap mental speculators, atheists, and manufacturers of so-called religious principles become prominent like the glowworms, whereas the persons strictly following the Vedic principles of scriptural injunctions become covered by the cloud of this age. देखिए क्या बता रहे हैं कि this age of Kali is very prominent for those who are atheists and miscreant, and most of the population is atheist, and they or impersonalist. They don't believe that there is God, or even if they do, they think that God is either an energy, or nature is God, or I am God.
They don't believe that there is a form of God and there can be a form of God.
They don't believe that there is a person who is running all this. They don't believe that there is a person who is there like as God. They think that God is some kind of light. They think that God is some kind of energy. And so जो ये हैं, they are compared like जो जब बारिश होती है तो हम देखते हैं ना, जो छोटे छोटे
Glowworms.
ग्लो वॉर्म्स होते हैं जो जो चमकते हैं रात को, and they glow for some time and then they shut down, and then they glow and then they go dark again, so like that. So they are compared, these all these members, all these people are compared like glowworms. And we can very well imagine, we can very well take it as an analogy कि अगर हम रोशनी चाहते हैं तो हमें इन ग्लो वॉर्म्स की जो सोर्स ऑफ लाइट है, लाइट तो उनके पास भी है, बट वी कैनॉट रिलाई ऑन ग्लो वॉर्म्स. ग्लो वॉर्म्स कैनॉट गिव अस लाइट, although this seems to be like um, like uh, they have light, they seems to be like sparkling, but they cannot provide us light. For
We
light
cannot
we
read in their light, but
Yeah.
we can read in light of sky and the stars.
We can read in moonlight, we can read in sunlight, but we cannot rely on these. So they are compared like that in the age of Kali, that these cheap mental speculators and manufacturers are are more prominent. We see them more, but what we have to do is not to follow them, but we have to strictly follow the Vedic principles or scriptural injunctions, which become covered by the cloud of this age. What happens is that this age is very much difficult to practice all the religious principles. It is very difficult in this age to practice all these principles, and also with that thing comes the rarity of those persons who do that, जो कि वैदिक प्रिंसिपल्स को और स्क्रिप्चरल इंजंक्शंस को फॉलो करते हैं. क्योंकि भगवान भी बताते हैं भगवद गीता के 7वें अध्याय में, मनुष्य नाम सहस्रेषु कश्चित् यतति सिद्धये यतताम अपि सिद्धानाम कश्चिन् मां वेति तत्वता, कि हजारों लाखों में से कोई एक है जो मुझे जानने की कोशिश करेगा, और उनमें से भी जो हजारों लाखों होंगे जो जानने की कोशिश करेंगे, हार्डली कोई होगा जो मुझे समझ पाया हो तत्व से. So similarly, we can say that these people who will be following these Vedic principles or following the scriptural injunctions, they are so rare and they become covered by the cloud of this age, like जो प्रभाव है कलयुग का. And we are so much blinded because हमारे आगे there is a layer of our own conditioning, that we are not able to understand what is right and what is wrong. We are more prone to illusion. जैसे हमने last time पढ़ा था, what are the 4 defects? One is illusion. So we are more prone to illusion, and one of the illusion is that we are not able to understand who is going to give me the right knowledge. और उसके लिए हमने जैसे पिछली बार हमने पढ़ा कि what is the right way, what is the bona fide way. So
जैसे
this
कि
is
आपने अभी फील भी करा होगा इन कलयुग दैट उससे पहले क्या होता था इन सतयुग एंड अदर युगस कोई रिलीजियस प्रैक्टिसेस फॉलो करता है दैट बिकम्स अवेलेबल टू एवरीवन वो सबके सामने जाते हैं एंड दे शेयर देयर नॉलेज विद एवरीवन बट कलयुग के प्रभाव में क्या है कलयुग के प्रभाव में इफ समवन इज फॉलोइंग द रिलीजियस प्रैक्टिस दे आर रिलक्टेंट टू शेयर विद अदर्स बिकॉज हर कोई नहीं समझ पाता है एंड उसके ऑपोजिट आप देख रहे होंगे कि जो लोग रिलीजियस प्रैक्टिस नहीं फॉलो कर रहे और whoever is atheist वो सबको खुलेआम सबको बता रहे हैं या फिर even if there is no hesitation so that thing is compared to a glowworm जुगनू जिसको कहते हैं कि जुगनू because this kalyug is compared to a cloudy season or a rainy season and jugnu are visible to everyone whereas the stars or the sky are covered by the clouds.
We can also take an example. We can very well imagine that see all those members. So I'm not condemning them, but all those members, those who smoke, this they smoke a cigarette and they are doing it freely, like outside, and nobody, they're not ashamed of that. Although others may be problematic, उनको problem हो सकती है दूसरों को, but they're not ashamed that they are doing so. But if we ask somebody to do japa in open, they feel, oh, I don't have to do that, I have to do it, हमको घर बैठ के करना है, कोई माला देखेगा हमारे हाथ में तो कैसा लगेगा. So we feel shy. So that is what is the prabhav of Kali. That is the effect of Kali. That if we are trying to follow good things, we try to hide it. If somebody is doing bad things, they show it like totally
they don't hide
easily.
They
don't hide it. And others praise them. Oh, such a cool person. He is smoking outside, or he is doing such thing or such thing. But if somebody sees, oh, he is doing chanting, and he is, oh, what kind of person is that? So, but that is not right. That is what we have to see. That this is the prabhav of Kali Yuga. But if we have faith, if we have a complete faith in this process, then we can overcome this cloud of this sage by chanting the holy name of the Lord.
So by mercy of Prabhupada only and by mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, this light or this knowledge has reached to us somehow. Although it is not readily available, but by mercy of Srila Prabhupada and by mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it become available for everyone in this age of Kali.
It was not like if we अगर हम 100 साल 150 साल पहले बात करें, so there were no books which were published इतने ज़्यादा volume में. There were hardly any book which जो हम पढ़ सकते थे, and now you see that everything is so much available in a click of a mobile, and availably free, and everybody is going to give you for free, and it is there in English language, which is now accepted everywhere, and it is so easy to understand. और हम सब भी इस चीज को समझ सकते हैं. So this is what we should do. We should try to take this advantage, क्योंकि इतना आसान बना दिया है हमारे लिए श्रील प्रभुपाद ने by the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So we'll read ahead. People should learn to take advantage of the actual luminaries of the sky, the sun, moon, and stars, instead of the glowworm's light. Actually, the glowworm cannot give any light in the darkness of night. As clouds sometimes clear, even in the rainy season, and sometimes the moon, stars, and sun become visible. So even in this Kali Yuga, there are sometimes advantages. The Vedic movement of Lord Chaitanya's, the distribution of chanting the Hare Krishna mantra is heard in this way. People seriously anxious to find real life should take advantage of this movement instead of looking toward the light of mental speculators and atheists. From Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. देखिए क्या लिख रहे हैं? People who are seriously anxious to find real life. So what matters is our own desire. Because without our own desire, nothing will happen. That if we are not serious and if we are doing it just for because I want to do and let us try it. But if I am seriously looking for some real life purpose, that what am I doing in this life? Is this only what I'm meant to do? That okay, get up in the morning, do my course, and then earn for a living, for food, for shelter, everything, and then again go back, and the whole cycle just keep on repeating. And uh, and in this way we spend over 20, 30, 40, 50 until 80, and then it is the end. And then but what happens at the end, that is what matters. And because that is not where everything ends, that is where that it, because it is a complete cycle, and we will again get this chance. We may or may not get actually this chance again, because this human life is so very rare. And if you're going to just um, uh, हम गवा देंगे अगर हम इस चांस को, because this is such a golden chance, such a golden ticket that we have got. We can take it as an example that suppose that you are in you have, अगर हम किसी बैंक के पास जाएं and we have lots of cash in the bank, and we are uh, and the bank is going to be shut down, like bank बंद होने वाला है, and there's going to be lunch time or there's going to be end of the day, and you were in line for the whole day. And now you are at the last, at the first beginning of the line, like अब आपकी बारी आने ही लगी है. And now you think that, oh, no problem, I can take this thing later, and let me watch a movie, or let me go and watch a movie. So will that be intelligence? Because you although now you know that पूरा दिन हमने लाइन में खड़ा करके if we wanted to take cash out, and the whole जितनी भी मेहनत है हमारी, वो हमने अब मेहनत करके हम इस पोजीशन तक आए हैं. My purpose was to take some cash out of bank, and I am there at the last of the line, and I have a golden chance, I have a golden ticket to withdraw it. But now, because of the prabhav and because of my own desires, I don't want to do that. I want to do something else. So that will be like others will think that, oh, such a waste of life ये हमने जो कर दिया.
So Prabhupada used to compare in this scenario that devotee are not only improving their current life, they are improving their life after death even. So the devotees or one who is following Krishna consciousness, जो कृष्ण भक्ति के को फॉलो करता है, वो सबसे इंटेलिजेंट इसलिए है क्योंकि अगर हम नॉर्मल पर्सन से कंपेयर करें, वो अभी क्या इस लाइफ में अर्निंग करेंगे, घर बनाएंगे, सब कुछ करेंगे, बट क्या वो हमारी नेक्स्ट लाइफ तक जाएगा? क्या वो हमारे साथ रहेगा हमेशा? सो एंड द सेकेंड ऑप्शन इज हम कुछ ऐसा करें जो जिससे हमारी ये लाइफ भी सुधरे और जिससे हमारी आने वाली लाइफ या फिर आने आफ्टर डेथ व्हाट विल हैपन टू अस, सो वो भी सुधरे. सो दैट्स व्हाई प्रभुपाद ऑलवेज कंपेयर्ड कि devotees are most intelligent because they think about what will happen after that.
Correct. So that is why we request everybody and to please to take to this process and chant the holy name, and we ourselves will realize that yes, this is the way, and ourselves will get the inspiration from within us, that I want to do this more and more and follow the process seriously and sincerely. That if we do that, then there will be some transformation of heart. Other than that, it will just be that we heard some talk, and like any other talk, we hear so many things during the day. We hear TV, we hear Netflix, we hear Amazon Prime, everything that we hear. So this will be also similar to this, that we heard and then after some time we forget. But if we don't want to do that, what we have to do is we have to take to this process seriously and sincerely. That is what also we are trying to imbibe and request everybody.
So faith in this process is very much necessary. If you have strong faith, it will definitely work.
And so easily we have to do that. We have to do nothing more than just chanting and associate with the devotees, come to these classes regularly, and then have prasadam at home. Whatever we are going to eat, we offer it to Lord. Such a simple process that the Lord, that Prabhupada has given us, that we can offer it what we want to eat, and we can see what is the process, and then we can offer it to Lord, and we can have that prasadam. So such a simple, this 3-step process, and our lives will be successful. You will see that. So now what we'll do is we'll do one round of chanting. So आप हमारे साथ जपा कर सकते हैं. And if you don't have japa mala, then you can do it on your fingers.
Or there is an application also.
So, Arpita Mataji, do you have japa mala with you?
No, Prabhuji, but last time you showed me how to do it on
Okay.
fingers, so I do remember that.
Okay.
Thank
If
you.
you want japa mala and japa bag, I can get it couriered to you, and we can speak after the class, and
Okay,
I can
Prabhuji.
help you out with that.
All right. Thank you.
Yes. So we'll chant. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Ram 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 Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna. So, आप में से अगर किसी की माला नहीं हुई है तो हैंड रेज कर दीजिए या फिर अनम्यूट करके बता दीजिए। अगर हो गई है सबकी तो वी विल बिगिन द सेशन। ठीक है, वी विल वेट प्रभु जी। ओके माता जी, साथी माता जी, नरदीप प्रभु, यू डू योर जॉब। वंदना माता जी की हो गई जपा। थैंक यू सो मच माता जी। राजदीप प्रभु जी की भी हो गई और साथी माता जी की भी हो गई। हो गई माता जी? Yes, very nice. So we will start with our session now. आज का टॉपिक बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग है। सो द टॉपिक इज अबाउट भगवान। सो भगवान के ऊपर ही है टॉपिक और आज हम उनके बारे में पढ़ेंगे कि वो कौन है, भगवान स्वयं कौन है और वो कहाँ रहते हैं एंड व्हाट इज हिज पोजीशन और उनकी पोजीशन क्या है और क्या करते हैं। सो वी विल बिगिन। So can somebody read? जो read करना चाहते हैं वो अपना हाथ खड़ा कर दीजिए, and then we can read turn by turn. Yes, Rajdeep Prabhu. Can you read?
Yes, Prabhuji. Should I start, Prabhuji?
Yes, Prabhuji.
The position of Krishna, God and his energies. The Ishopanishad explains that whatever we see, whether animate or inanimate, is controlled by the Supreme Lord. Lord Krishna says the same thing in the Bhagavad Gita 9.10, that his energies are managing everything. And the Vishnu Purana confirms Ekadecha स्थितस्यं स्थितस्यग्नेर ज्योत्सना vistarine yatha, as heat and light are distributed all around by a fire situated in one place, so the whole creation is a manifestation of energies expanded from the Supreme Lord.
Yes. Thank you, Prabhuji. So देखिए जैसे बता रहे हैं that Krishna, he is the source of everything, be it material or spiritual, and all this material energy, all the material world is working under his direction. So this Krishna confirms in Bhagavad Gita as well. So अभी हम पढ़ेंगे वो भगवद गीता के वो श्लोक जिसमें से ये लिया गया है और जो वहां से आ रहा है. और so Krishna says that he is the source of everything. He is the source of the spiritual as well as the material. Everything, whatever is there, he is the source. Brahma Samhita says that Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachit Ananda Vigraha Anadir Adir Govinda Sarvakarana Karanam. Ishvara Parama Krishna. जो ईश्वर है, ईश्वर means controller. Parama means supreme controller. ईश्वर परम कृष्ण. सच्चिदानंद विग्रह, that उनकी जो form है, that is सच्चिदानंद. अनादिर आदिर गोविंद. He is the beginning as well as the end. He has no beginning, he has no end, and he is called Govind. So in his supreme abode, he is called Govind. His name is Govind. Sarva Karan Karanam. So Sarva Karan Karanam means he is the cause of all causes. जैसे कि अगर हम mathematics में, if we take the definition of circle, right? So what is the definition of circle? A circle is a shape drawn by, it has a radius, it has circumference. That is a definition, right? अगर मैं एक चार square को लेके बोल दूं कि ये this is circle, so that means I don't have knowledge. What is the circle called? What is the definition? So what is the definition of God? So definition of God or Bhagwan means that one who has 6 opulences in full, जिसके पास 6 प्रकार के जो opulence हैं वो complete है. सबसे पहला उनके पास complete strength है, उनके पास दूसरा उनके पास complete he has full fame, he has full opulence like wealth, he has full beauty, he has full renunciation, and he has one more wealth, beauty, name, wealth, beauty, fame, renunciation, strength, and one more is there. I'm forgetting it. ओके वो मैं लास्ट में बता दूंगा आपको. सो 6 प्रकार की कुछ ऑपुलेंसेस हैं. सो अगर उसमें वो कंप्लीट हैं, सो दैट इज द डेफिनेशन व्हिच इज गिवन बाय पराशर मुनि इन आवर शास्त्रास, दैट इफ वी हैव knowledge, yes, gyan. So this is the 6th thing, that he has full knowledge. So we can say that we have some wealth, we have some knowledge, but we cannot claim that we have full knowledge, we have full wealth. I have all the wealth of the whole universes, I have all the wealth of everything, I have all the knowledge. We cannot claim like that. But Krishna, that is the definition of God, that is the definition of who can be God, that he has all these things in full. And Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that whatever is there in any of the manifestation, everything is coming from him. So we will read now those shlokas. मैं अभी बताता हूँ.
So Krishna has also exhibited his strength and his like some example by descending on this material earth in the form of Krishna. So at that time we can see, if we read more about Krishna, we can see he's having full strength. कैसे उन्होंने बड़े से बड़े राक्षस को भी एकदम ऐसे चुटकी में और बिना किसी एक्सर्शन के या फिर बिना किसी फिकर
Effort.
के एफर्ट के उन्होंने चुटकी में ही बड़े से बड़े राक्षस का अंत कर दिया.
So this is what we read right now, that he is the source of everything. So this is coming from Bhagavad Gita 10th chapter 8th shlok, that aham sarvasya prabhavo matta sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samanvita. Translation:
I
I
am
am
the
the
source of all spiritual and material worlds. Everything emanates from me. The wise who perfectly knows this engage in my devotional service and worship me with all their heart.
So what is he saying? That he is the source of all spiritual and material world. Aham sarvasya prabhavo matta sarvam pravartate. Everything emanates from me. But we are not saying. Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita. So this is Bhagavad Gita saying. And उसके बाद हमने पढ़ा that the whole material manifestation is in his control. And so from where we are reading that, we are reading from Bhagavad Gita 9th chapter, which is the 10th shlok. Maya dhakshena prakriti suyate sacharacharam hetunanena kaunteya jagat viparivartate. Translation:
This material nature, which is one of my energies, is working under my direction. O son of Kunti, producing all moving and non-moving beings. Under its rule, this manifestation is created and annihilated again and again.
So the next time when we see that how beautiful the sun is rising, how beautifully there is rain which is there, and how everything is working so beautifully, and see such a beautiful arrangement is there. So everything is there by the direction of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and without His, nothing can move in that sense, because he उन्होंने ये सारा arrangement बना के दिया है. जैसे कि अगर हम
सारी प्रकृति उनके अंडर ही कार्य कर रही है.
देखिए क्या लिखा है, मया अध्यक्षेन प्रकृति. अध्यक्ष मतलब जिसको हम डायरेक्ट करते हैं ना, अध्यक्षेन प्रकृति. प्रकृति मीन्स द होल मटेरियल नेचर, जो हम सब कुछ ये देखते हैं. एवरीथिंग इज देयर, and even we are also his energy. So this is also given in Bhagavad Gita only 7.3 and 7.4, that Krishna says that there are two kind of energies which he has, para and apara. That, and para means, and like us, like those who are superior, and apara means those which is inferior energy. Inferior energy means which is जो ये पांच महाभूत स्थूल जो स्थूल शरीर होता है, जो 5 material elements हैं, अर्थ वाटर फायर एयर ईथर, और उसके बाद माइंड इंटेलिजेंस और फॉल्स ईगो, जो सटल एलिमेंट्स इन 3. तो ये दिस इज अपरा, which is inferior energy, and then there is a para shakti, which is superior, which is the jivas, which are the spirit soul, the living entities. So this is also explained in Bhagavad Gita 7th chapter. So now we come back to our PT. So we read that everything is manifesting from him. So now can somebody read? I think Rishita Mataji raised her hand. Yes, Mataji, please read.
The position of Krishna.
Yes, go on, Mataji.
Same read करना है.
It was last slide थी जो हमने पहले read करी थी. This
Yes,
is
ma'am.
next slide.
So this was the last slide. So this you have to read. For example,
God
ऊपर से, for example, the sun is in one place.
वो I think slide पुरानी दिख रही हो गई.
I think your network is not proper. आपकी आवाज नहीं आ पा रही माता जी.
अब आ रही है प्रभु जी.
Yes,
हाँ
माता
जी
जी.
अब आ रही है.
The position of Krishna. For example, the sun is one place, but it is disturbing its heat and light all over the universe. Similarly, the Supreme Lord is distributing his material and spiritual energies all over the creation. The
Go ahead.
position of Krishna. The Ishopanishad states, although fixed in his abode, the personality of Godhead is swifter than the mind, and can overcome all others running. The powerful demigod cannot approach him. Although in one place he controls those who supply the air and rain, he surpasses all the excellence. The Brahma Samhita says something similar. Golok eva nivastati akilatma bhutau. Although Krishna is always in Golok Vrindavan, he is simultaneously in the hearts of all living beings.
Yes. So कौन बताएगा? So how he is present simultaneously in the hearts of all living beings as?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji in the Paramatma form.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes,
So
Prabhuji, very
Rajdeep
nice.
Prabhuji has given the correct answer, that Krishna as Paramatma. So there are three realizations by which we can understand the absolute truth. One is the Brahman realization, the all-pervading Brahman, where we say that everything is Brahman and is like that. And the next thing is the Paramatma feature, where Krishna is there in each and every atom as the Shiravakshaya Vishnu. He expands into multiple Vishnu forms, and as Shirodakshaya Vishnu, he is present in each and every atom of this material nature and in our hearts as well. And and so in that way he is conscious of the whole universe. So that is why we जैसे हम कहते हैं that oh, God is everywhere. So in Paramatma feature, in Paramatma form, God is everywhere. But there is a higher realization, there is a higher feature, which is the more personal feature, which is called the Bhagwan realization. So Bhagwan realization means the person. There, suppose we can say, suppose Indian government is there, right? So Indian government means there is presence of government in in a small town of Haryana or in a small town of Uttar Pradesh, a Gram Panchayat, right? And there are and similarly government centers are there everywhere all over India. But then there is a head of the state, Narendra Modi, who is representing the prime minister, which is the head of the all complete government. So the whole government is represented by a person, isn't it? But when we say that the whole government is there because the government is controlling the all over the things, right? All the administration. But the administration is being controlled eventually by a person. So this is the highest and the realization which we can say, which is the personal form, that Brahman realization, Paramatma realization, and then there is Bhagwan realization. So in these three realizations, we can understand the absolute truth. And जो यहाँ पे जैसे लिखा है that Supreme Lord is distributing his material energies all over the creation, and because it is from Krishna only and his expansions that the whole material world is emanating. So when we read Srimad Bhagavatam, we understand what all different form of expansions are there. So Krishna first expands into Balram, and then Balramji then expands into
First quadruple expansion,
yes.
and then again first quadruple expansion expand into the second quadruple expansions, and then again he expand into Vishnu forms.
Yes. And in Vishnu form, there is the first is Mahavishnu, and then in Mahavishnu he is lying into the causal ocean, and then from him there are bubbles which are emanating from his body, with these bubbles are universes. So multiverse form that we have, multiple universes, and in each of the universe, he then enters as Garbhodakshay Vishnu, and from Garbhodakshay Vishnu, there Lord Brahmaji emanates, and then from Lord Brahma there are Lord Shiva, and then and then there is the Kshirodakshay Vishnu, which then eventually enters into each and every atom of the universe, and in this way there is the whole creation is created.
क्षीरोदक्षाय विष्णु इज हैविंग द फोर हैंडेड फॉर्म. जो हमने बहुत बार हमने विष्णु जी की पिक्चर देखी होती है ना, एक जिसमें फोर हैंड फॉर्म होती है विष्णु जी की. सो कृष्णा एज परमात्मा इज सिटिंग इन आवर हार्ट इन द फॉर्म ऑफ क्षीरोदक्षाय विष्णु. तो उनकी फोर हैंडेड फॉर्म है. सो इफ
Yes. So in this way the whole creation is there, and there are lots of more details into it. We are not going to go into those
that
details,
is going to be a long session, and
and neither do we also have that complete knowledge, because it also requires a very deep understanding, and but we will come to that in our future sessions. And but this is how the whole process of the creation is there, and it is very well and very vividly explained in Srimad Bhagavatam. So now we read the position of Krishna. Uh, Mataji, can you continue? Oh, we done? Oh yes, we have done that already. And see, and also in the last there we read that although Krishna is in Golok Vrindavan, he is simultaneously in the hearts of all living beings as Paramatma. So now we'll move ahead. Can you read Rajdeep Prabhu?
May I read, Prabhuji?
Yes.
yes. Yes, Mataji, you can read. Hare Krishna. Mataji, you are on mute. Yes.
आवाज आ रही है?
अब आ रही है.
अब आइए Mataji.
Krishna has no duties to perform in Golok. He is simply enjoying in the company of his associates, the gopis, the cowherd boys, his mother and father, his cows and calves, etc. He is completely free, and his associates are even freer than he is. Because when they seem to be in danger, Krishna feels some anxiety about how to save them, but his associates feel no anxiety. The simple thing, oh, Krishna is here, he will protect us. When Krishna enacted his pastimes 5,000 years ago in Vrindavan, India, he would go every day with his cowherd boyfriends and their calves and cows to play in the forest on the bank of the Yamuna river. And often, Kans would send them demons to try to kill Krishna and his friends. Yet the cowherd boys would continue enjoying their pastimes without anxiety because they were so confident of Krishna's protection, that is spiritual life, which begins with surrendering to Krishna.
Yes. So, like recently padha, that Krishna has no duties to perform, even if he is there in his eternal abode, Golok Vrindavan. So his eternal abode is called Golok Vrindavan, which is like in a form of a 1,000-petaled lotus. And so the spiritual world consists of like Vaikunt planets.
So what happens is, जैसे कि हमारा भूमंडल है जिसे हम धरती या अर्थ कहते हैं, उसके ऊपर 7 प्लैनेट्स हैं जो कि स्वर्गलोक काउंट होते हैं, एंड देन उसके नीचे 7, नॉट ओनली स्वर्गलोक, देयर आर वेरियस अदर नेम्स ऑफ दैट लोक,
स्वर्गलोक, जनलोक,
जनलोक,
तपलोक,
तपलोक, सतलोक, एंड उसके नीचे 7 प्लैनेट्स हैं. तो ये सब है एक यूनिवर्स में. ऐसे ही मल्टीपल यूनिवर्सेस हैं. And when we go out of the material universe, there is a layer which is very very bright. So usko bolte hain
effulgence, Brahminical,
so Brahminical effulgence. So that brightness is coming from the body of Krishna. So इतनी वो bright है, ब्रह्म ज्योति, जिसको ब्रह्म ज्योति कहते हैं, जिसे आपने बहुत बार सुना होगा कि ब्रह्म ज्योति में लीन हो जाना, या फिर वो क्या होता है कि अगर किसी और माध्यम से, जैसे योग के माध्यम से जाते हैं, तो वो ब्रह्म ज्योति तक जाके सबको लगता है कि देयर इज एंड. सो उसके फर्दर देयर इज when we cross Brahm Jyoti के बाद भी then it spiritual word starts. So spiritual word में भी पहले आते हैं पहले आते हैं
There are multiple Vaikuntha planets,
planets
and the highest planet is Golok Vrindavan, where Krishna is residing.
So Krishna is
And he
residing
is-
there every time. So मतलब हमेशा वो वहाँ पे that is their permanent vas.
And he is simply doing his leelas, and he's enjoying there, and he has nothing to do. Just like जैसे कि किसी company का like a CEO is there or an MD is there, he has nothing to do. He's simply sitting and he's enjoying, and the rest of the others are working to get him, to get the business running, or to get to earn for him. But he is not doing anything, and he is simply managing, or he's simply saying, okay, you do this, you do that, but he has nothing to do. So like that, like this, like the complete boss or super boss, he is there in that form.
So इसमें बहुत ही important लिखा हुआ है. His associates are even freer than he is, because when they seem to be in danger, Krishna feels some anxiety about how to save them. So ऐसे ही हमारे लिए एग्जाम्पल दी जाती है कि हमें भी भगवान पे ऐसे ही डिपेंडेंट होना चाहिए जैसे उनके एसोसिएट्स हैं, completely dependent and full shelter under Krishna.
And देखिए लास्ट में देखिए क्या लिखा है, that is spiritual life which begins with surrendering to Krishna, and that is also what is the essence of Bhagavad Gita is, or the conclusion of Bhagavad Gita is. So we will read it now, that the conclusion of Bhagavad Gita is that sarva dharman paritajya mam ekam sharanam vraja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshasyami ma sucha. So Krishna says in the end, after all that he has spoken, he says that you surrender unto me, and then I will take care of you. You please don't worry, and I will deliver you from all your sinful reactions. So do not fear. So this is what we have to do, and so I'll read now. Surrendering to Krishna means having the strong faith that Krishna will save us in any dangerous condition. The first step in surrendering is that we should accept whatever is favorable for devotional service. Then we should reject anything that is unfavorable for devotional service. So I'll read that shlok for you. Yes. So this is the shlok. सर्वधर्मान परित्यज्य मामेकं शरणं व्रज aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshasyami ma sucha. So this comes in 18th chapter, shlok number 66, and this is like the conclusion part of Bhagavad Gita, like the climax of conclusion, where Krishna is now wrapping up everything. And what he's saying, abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reactions. Do not fear. So this is what the whole message of Bhagavad Gita is, that you surrender everything and just like you abandon all kind of religious things and just surrender unto me, all different kind of religions, and just surrender unto me. Why? Because Krishna is the supreme benefactor of everything. That if we do whatever we are doing and we offer it to him, so that is the perfection of everything. And he is giving us his word that I shall deliver you from all sinful reactions. Do not fear. And so this is the assurance that he gives, that he makes that promise to us that he will deliver us from all sinful reactions. And also like this हमने पढ़ा यहाँ पे, that हमको क्या करना चाहिए, we have to accept what is favorable and reject what is not favorable. इसका मतलब क्या है कि there are two things actually, that accepting and rejecting, that we have to accept those things which are helpful for us in propagation of our devotional service or devotional life. जैसे कि suppose we are association की अगर हम बात करें, it is very important for us now to see whom we are associating with. If we associate with with those who are worldly and who are into sense gratification. So that is how also we will become, and we have to now see that what we have to accept which is favorable for us and for our devotional service, and we have to reject which is not favorable for us. Like rejecting means that we follow the four regulatory principles, and we, because that is favorable for us for devotional service, and that is what is the pillar of all the religions also are. Basically, no meat eating, no intoxication, no gambling, and no illicit relationships. So these are very important that we should try to follow, and 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 try it. And in that sense, then when we try to do it, and then we are accepting what is favorable for us in devotional service. And also favorable is like if we associate more and more with the devotees. So association not only means coming to these classes that we are having on these Sundays. Association might also mean that when we are reading Prabhupada books, we are reading Bhagavad Gita, we are reading Krishna book, or we are reading any other Prabhupada book, or we are reading like that. So then we are also, that is also association. Then we are also taking association of Prabhupada.
Or if we are reading, we are hearing some lecture, or we are hearing some lecture from Prabhupada, or that
Or
is also the
or other
association.
devotees. So that is also we're taking association.
So this is
And
the first step, the basic step of surrendering. And कृष्णा कहते हैं कि जब जब कोई भी भक्त एक भी स्टेप कृष्णा की तरफ लेता है, इवन सरेंडरिंग एक भी स्टेप से स्टार्ट करता है, तो इनिशियली कृष्णा अपने आप आगे से 4 स्टेप्स लेते हैं. तो ऐसा होता है कि अगर हमें कोई चीज लग रही होगी कि इट इज वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू फॉलो, कि लेट्स सपोज आई एम डूइंग समथिंग एंड आई हैव टू लीव दैट थिंग, देन अगर हमें अभी डिफिकल्ट लग रही होगी, बट इफ वी सरेंडर बाय हार्ट, कृष्णा विल हेल्प, डेफिनेटली विल हेल्प. एंड उससे क्या होता है कि कृष्णा खुद से आगे जब हेल्प करते हैं, समटाइम इट इज नॉट इन द हैंड्स ऑफ अ पर्सन और हैंड ऑफ इन आवर हैंड. हमारे हाथ में कई बार नहीं होती हैं बहुत सारी चीजें, बट जब हम सरेंडर कर देते हैं कृष्णा को, देन भगवान कैन डू एनीथिंग. ही इज द सुप्रीम, ही कैन डू एनीथिंग इन द वर्ल्ड. So will definitely help.
and also we have to see that we have to reject which is unfavorable, that we don't have to follow those kind of activities which are not recommended to do, like even for those who are pious. And we should try to see what we should try to do those things which are favorable for us in devotional service, जैसे कि हमने अभी बताया. And the next stage, आगे बढ़ते हैं. The next stage is the confidence that in any situation Krishna will protect us and maintain us. Actually, he is already giving protection and maintenance to everyone. That is a fact. But in Maya, we think that we are protecting ourselves or we are feeding ourselves. So this is what we think, that because when we are in modes of material nature, when we are in Maya, we think, oh, I am maintaining myself, I am earning, and because of me and because of my efforts, this house is running.
Yes.
Because of my efforts, I am able to maintain my body. I am healthy. I am clean. It is because of my efforts my children are doing so good. It is because of my efforts the whole thing is working so fine.
And this can be understood like that Krishna is doing this, because अगर हम सोचें कि अगर एक सीजन या फिर एक साल रेन ना हो, तो क्या ये चीजें वैसे की वैसे चलेंगी? तो if because he is providing us all the resources, via his resources we are able to do whatever we are doing. अगर वो rain देते हैं, then only food grows and we eat that. So we eat prasadam. So उनकी मर्जी के बिना और उनकी because everything is coming from him, if he'll not provide, then definitely this is not our effort which is working.
And we can also take example of our current situation. जैसे कि we can see how disabled we feel right now in this situation of coronavirus. That such a invisible creature, an invisible microscopic virus has disabled the whole world, and the economy is crying right now. Everybody is in an anxiety. Everybody is suffering, and even if they are locked up in their homes, and still there is fear. So there is sense of fear among the whole world, and it has already caused so much damage. There is so much, and we still think that because and by our own efforts, by the efforts of the science, by the efforts of um, our own intelligence, we will be able to get past it. But then there will be another thing which will be there, and then again we will be doing like this, and we think that we are in control, but eventually we are totally in control of Krishna, who is controlling this whole world. Maya dhakshena prakriti suyate sacharacharam. And
And
having that confidence that Krishna will protect us and maintain us. So this is the third limb of surrender, जिसे हम शरणागति के 6 limbs कहते हैं. The first is that we accept what is favorable. Second is we reject. The third is we should have confidence in Krishna that he is going to protect us and he is eventually maintaining us, because he is already doing it for all the other creatures, because they don't have their jobs or they don't go to their daily jobs or they don't earn. But still, have we seen anybody who has died because of hunger? No, because ev- everything is available in abundance to all the creatures. चाहे वो एक छोटी सी चींटी हो और एक pigeon हो, कुछ भी हो. There are so many billions of trillions of animals who are getting their meals
their
on time.
food,
Their
their
food, everything
shelter,
is there.
everything is given by Krishna.
And but we think that we have to do all these things because of our own positive
False
things.
ego or maybe.
Yes. And in the end,
So the intelligence thing is, after understanding this, that everything is coming from Krishna, and if we face any difficulty, if we face any situation, so the our first shelter, what would be our first shelter? जब हमें पता है कि हमारे हाथ में नहीं है या फिर किसी भी मटेरियल पर्सन के हाथ में नहीं है, तो अगर हमारे पे कुछ प्रॉब्लम आती है, कुछ दिक्कत आती है, then what is the first thing, first person to go? So it would be the intelligent person will definitely go to Krishna and pray that it is in the hand of you, so only you can protect us. So that is the confidence that we should have in Krishna.
right. And देखिए लास्ट में क्या लिखा है, देखिए, that for the devotees Krishna personally takes charge of their protection and maintenance. So this is also coming from Bhagavad Gita, so we will read now. And for the ordinary living entities, Maya Devi, Krishna's external energy, takes charge. Maya Devi is Krishna's agent for punishing the conditioned souls. The situation is like what we see in the state. Good citizens are taken care of by the government directly, while criminals are taken care by the government through the prison department. जैसे कितना इजी एग्जांपल दिए देखिए प्रभुपाद ने, दैट जैसे कि एक नेशन होती है और एक नेशन में देयर आर गुड सिटीजंस who are not doing any kind of criminal activities and they are paying taxes on time, everything they are doing good, and government also takes care of them very nicely. They have freedom of speech, they have freedom of the fundamental rights are there. But in the same city, in the same nation, there is a prison where those miscreants or those criminals are put to reform, and they are also being taken care by the government only, but they don't have that kind of facilities or they don't have that freedom. But we can see that the citizens are both are citizens, one are criminals, others are good citizens. So in that sense, like we can also only belong to any of these kind of two categories when we are here in the material world. Right now we are in the categories of criminals because this material this material manifestation is like the prison house where we have offended and there because we wanted to enjoy separately, and but we can't do that. And in that sense, um, we are we are brought down here to reform ourselves, to we have been given a chance कि हम reform हो सकें, so that we can don't do that again and we go back to Godhead. So this is what also is the पर्पस ऑफ प्रिजन हाउस. एक जेल होती है, उसका भी यही पर्पस होता है. ये नहीं कि आपको जो जो क्रिमिनल है उसको हमेशा के लिए वहां पे रखें, बट उसको रिफॉर्म करें सो दैट ही कैन कम बैक अगेन टू सोसाइटी एंड अगेन कंट्रीब्यूट टू व्हाटएवर पोजीशन ही हैज इन दैट सोसाइटी. और जैसे कि हमने यहाँ पे पढ़ा, कृष्णा पर्सनली टेक्स केयर ऑफ हिज डिवोटीज So that is also from Bhagavad Gita. So now we can read that together. So that is 9.22. So this is from Bhagavad Gita chapter 9 and shlok number 22. Ananyascintayanto mam ye jana paryupashate tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham. So देखिए ट्रांसलेशन में क्या लिखा है, but those who always worship me with exclusive devotion, meditating on my transcendental form, to them I carry what they lack and I preserve what they have. So this is like an insurance scheme that Krishna provides us, that he carries what we are lacking. He himself is doing it personally. Personally कैसे? जैसे कि यहाँ पे देखिए वर्ड क्या आया, अहम. अहम means I, और I हम तभी लगाते हैं when I'm referring to myself personally. So that is very important. That it is जो खाता बुक है जो डिवोटीज की, वो डायरेक्टली भगवान के हाथ में है. वो किसी और के हाथ में नहीं है, वो डायरेक्टली भगवान के हाथ में है हमारी खाता बुक. इस तरीके से. So to them I carry what they lack and I preserve what they have. और उसके बाद हमने ये भी देखा था that how those who are not um, uh, who are not devotees, or who are like who are not devotees, then they are under a different
They are under
different
direction.
energy. They are under
Maya Devi.
they are under Maya Devi. They are in a different energy, which is the material energy. तो वो भी भगवान बताते हैं भगवत गीता में, जो यहाँ पे आता है. नहीं, ये है 9.11. अवजानन्ति मामूढ़ा मानुष्यं तनुमाश्रिता परम भावम जानन्तो मामभूतम महेश्वरम. Fools deride me when I descend in the human form. They do not know my transcendental nature as the supreme lord of all that be. इसके आगे देखिए क्या लिखा है. Yes. So जैसे कि हमने देखा कि जो devotees हैं, they are in complete protection of Devi Shakti, which is Yog Maya, not Mahamaya, which is the Maya Devi. So देखिए यहाँ पे क्या लिखा है 9.13. महात्मा नास्तु माम पार्थ देवीं प्रकृतिम आश्रिता भजन्ते नन्य मनसो ज्ञात्वा भूतादिम अव्ययम. O son of Pritha, those who are not deluded, the great souls, are under the protection of the divine nature. They are fully engaged in devotional service because they know me as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, original and inexhaustible. So that is how we can understand what is the position of Krishna as Ishvara Parama Krishna, Sachidananda Vigraha, Anadiradir Govinda, Sarva Karana Karanam. He is the cause of all causes. From him, everything is emanating. He is our Supreme Father, and we are the part and parcels of him. And he is controlling the whole material energy. Everything which is there in spiritual as well as material, everything is emanating from him. And under his direction, the whole material energy is moving, and he takes care of his devotees personally. And those who are not, they are under the modes of material nature, so they are being taken care by Maya Devi, which is like the punishing authority of this material nature. And but those who are the devotees, so to those he carries what we lack, what they lack, and he preserves what they have. So this is like the insurance, the best insurance scheme that we can get. And the only thing is that we simply have to take a leap of faith initially, and then everything will become more clearer as we chant the holy name of the Lord.
You
And
will also feel that as you know more and more about Krishna, as you hear and more about Krishna, and as you read more about Krishna, you will get more closer to Krishna, and he will definitely come for. He is ready to accept us. He is there to welcome every child. So we are all child of Krishna, for getting our relationship with Krishna. So he is there to welcome all of us. So as you read more and more about Krishna, you will get more and more closer to Krishna.
so this is where we end our today's session. And if you have any doubts and if you have any other comments, then you can ask us now, and we'll be happy to help. We're happy to answer any of the doubts that there, if there are. Hare Krishna. और नेक्स्ट सेशन में हम इसकी क्वेश्चन आंसर्स करेंगे and we will complete this session in our upcoming class. So do we have any questions or any comments? Or if you have any other general question as well, not relating to this session or not relating to, or if you have any question from our last session or any of our last sessions, and so that also you can ask us. And
Thank you, Arpita Mataji.
thank you, Arpita Mataji.
Always Krishna Prabhupada.
So we'll end our session today. नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। हरे कृष्ण।
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much for
Thank you
joining
so much
today's
for
session.
attending.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Sati Mataji, Rishta Mataji, Vandana Mataji for attending. Thank you so much, Megha Mataji.
Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna.